Now, this is episode 11. I'm not sure you realize, isn't? Nope. If you consume, right. Are you sure you realize that? Yep, if you consume. Right, yeah. Because you're not sure. Yep, if you consume. Yep. Never consume. I know, why? Yep, if you consume, Julie. Of course. Because I said so. I know, why? Because I was getting some ideas. I know. For some reasons. Yep, if you consume. Right. Because you're no sure. Yep. Because I'm not sure originally. No, right? So if you consume. Yep, if I consume, Julie. Heck course. Because I said so. I know, why? If you consume. Yep. Because if I consume. I know, why? Because I said so. I know, for some reasons. Yep, if you consume. Yep, because I was gonna make sure. And I know, why? If you consume. Yep. If you consume, Julie. Of course. Until you didn't notice. Nope. If you consume. Yep. If you consume. Yep. Because I'm not sure. No, why? Because I said so. And I know for some reasons. Yep, if you consume. Yep. If I consume. I know, why? Because I said so. Because I was gonna be sure. I know. For some reasons, you see. Yep. Okay. Because I said so. And I know. Yep, for some reasons. Yep, if you consume. Yep, because I got the right point. And I know, for some reasons. Yep, if you consume. Yep, if I consume. Right. Because I did not realize that. I know, why? If you consume. Yep. Because I said so. And I know. Yep, if you consume. Right. Until I didn't notice. You know why? If you consume. Yep. If I consume usually. Of course. Because I said so. Yep. If you consume usually. I know why? Yep. If you consume. Right. Because I said so. And I know. Because I was gonna be sure. I know why. If you consume. Yep. Because I said so. No why. Yep, because I said so. And I have no idea. Heck, course. Because I'm not sure. I know why. Yep. Okay. Because I'm not sure. I know why. Yep. Okay. Fine. Not sure. For some reasons. Yep. If you consume. Yep. Okay. I was giving sure. No.